and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of this shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of this shit.
Back a little bit. You can't want to be the villain. You can't pride yourself in being the villain and then you lose.
Stephen A. Smith has officially had enough of Angel Reese. After weeks of on-court meltdowns, social media scandal, and sponsorship agreements sliding away, he recently produced one of his harshest tantrums yet. From labeling her a distraction to comparing her directly with Caitlin Clark, Smith is sketching a caustic portrait of a star on the brink. Tonight, we dive down the sponsorship fallout, the budding rivalries, and if Angel Reese is sabotaging her own career.
It's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash.
Stephen blasted Reese for what he deems self-inflicted wounds. He pointed out the irony. Reese had every potential to use her notoriety to lift the Chicago Sky and the WNBA. Instead, her tantrums have become free content for her critics. With a 5-13 record, sponsors looming with uncertainty, and a sequence of embarrassing headlines, Smith thinks Reese is supplying material to every sports talk show in the country.
It's not debatable is the fact that Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Like that photo right there.
This was the breaking point, the now iconic clipboard slap. In a frantic final minute, Reese lashes out, knocking VP and Crosby's clipboard. What should have been a private frustration developed into a viral PR nightmare. Stephen A. deemed it the appropriate metaphor for her career. Reckless, nasty, and self-sabotaging.
About black and white, it's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA.
Then Stephen A. pulled out the receipts. With Caitlin Clark on the floor, WNBA games quadruple in viewership. Ticket charges climb. Everything sells out, and the league's relevance grows. Meanwhile, Angel Reese spends more time beefing with refs and rivals than capitalizing on the momentum. Instead of defending the golden goose, as Stephen A. phrased it, Reese and others are plucking its feathers.
They stink. I don't really know why they stink because I liked a lot of these players.
This is when the full damage shows. Multiple reports suggest regional sponsors are reevaluating contracts with Reese. In professional sports, sponsor money often outweighs salaries, and those partnerships come with morality constraints. Clipboard slaps, Twitter antics, and viral tantrums don't exactly scream safe investment. Contrast that with Caitlin Clark, who's establishing contracts with Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade. The gap is widening and fast.
That has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that's cheap, and I am tired of this because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of it.
Lost in the chaos is Shakira Austin, the teammate whose missed free throws sparked Reese's fury. Austin has quietly acquired reputation for her composure under pressure. While Reese aims for drama, Austin has acquired a reputation for professionalism. The irony is clear. Reese's tantrum didn't just hurt her. It highlighted Austin's maturity.
Said never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa for in the Final Four of the national championship. If that hadn't happened, Angel Reese's name might not be as big.
This isn't an isolated incident. Reese's resume now includes trash talk controversies with Caitlin Clark, profanity-packed rants about referees, and social media posts that fuel the drama. Instead of headlines about triple-doubles, she's making news for outbursts, ejections, and no-shows. The most detrimental factor, Stephen A. believes it's starting to define her career.
Or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong.
When Reese skipped the Sky versus Fever game in Indiana, speculation surfaced. Officially, it was a back injury, but this is the same arena she had labeled unsafe after hearing a crazy fan yodel. Whether true or not, the optics were dreadful. For critics like Stephen A., this was another example of how Reese fuels controversy instead of dampening it.
It's tough when you talk to officials and I ask them, hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only went to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job. So I know it's frustrating because I know how hard.
Stephen A. Smith recently went nuclear on Angel Reese, labeling her the WNBA's next jealous teammate after she reportedly cost herself millions in sponsorship deals. From on-court tantrums to viral disrespect to now business backlash, this might be the biggest meltdown of her career. But how did we get here? And why is Stephen A. comparing her directly to Caitlin Clark in front of the entire nation? Tonight, we break it all down.
Is she going to play this season? Probably not. Probably not. Like, you're not going to risk someone for a back injury come back when they're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. Like, there's no way.
On national TV, Stephen A. didn't hold back. He lambasted Reese for trying to establish her image as the league's villain, only to crumble under pressure when things didn't go her way. According to Stephen A., this isn't about victories or loses anymore. It's about branding, discipline, and respect.
You know, for the WNBA draft, maybe you're just going to say, you know what, we're going to go and trade.
Behind the scenes, Reese's outbursts are starting to cost her big. Sponsorship insiders now question whether huge corporations still want their branding attached to her name. The iconic clipboard slap against Chicago VP of basketball operations wasn't just terrible optics, it was PR disaster. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's clean image and consistent professionalism have earned her the league's most bankable star. The numbers don't lie. While Clark's transactions are soaring, Reese's are steadily vanishing.
Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
This is what Stephen A. called the clipboard slap heard around the WNBA. Final minute, Sky versus Mystics, tensions growing. Instead of guiding her crew, Reese loses control, knocking the clipboard out of VP and Crosby's hands on live TV. For Stephen A., this was the perfect metaphor for her career. Destructive, disrespectful, and self-sabotaging. To make matters worse, Reese doubled down on social media, tweeting emojis instead of an apology.
That's what we want. Like, we said no.
That's a possibility.
Then are you willing to admit how stupid it was for y'all not to go all in and elevate Caitlin?
And it wasn't just one night. Less than 48 hours ago, Reese blasted referees in a profanity-filled rage following another loss, presenting herself as the victim instead of taking responsibilities. This isn't new. From LSU's national championship trash talk versus Caitlin Clark to post-game reality TV-style interviews, Angel Reese has built her image on drama. But in the WNBA, where image equals income, that's a significant gamble.
Ariel, I know we belong also.
Stephen A.'s discontent isn't merely about Angel Reese. It's about what she represents. In his words, Caitlin Clark has handled her branding incredibly efficiently, while Reese has turned into a walking headache. For the league, it's a tale of two rookies, 0.1 increasing ratings, selling out stadia, and winning sponsors. The other racking up technicals, feuds, and headlines for all the wrong reasons.
She's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified.
According to league insiders, sponsorship contracts include morality stipulations. That means tantrums, sanctions, and public scorn can force corporations to pull out. Reese's actions have already generated hesitation. Insiders indicate at least 2 regional sponsors are reevaluating contracts after her prior blowups. And here's the kicker. Once one brand drops you, others follow. Stephen A. Smith called it a perfect storm of awful performance, bad PR, and unpleasant attitudes.
You do stuff like that, and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that, that can be problematic.
One thing is apparent. Angel Reese has the potential to dominate, but until she fixes her mindset, her career may be remembered more for mayhem than championships. And when even Stephen A. Smith, the king of sports controversy, calls you out, you know the clock is ticking. Do you feel Reese can turn it around before it's too late? Or has Caitlin Clark already taken the crown as the face of the WNBA?
Even more attention could have come and y'all could have reaped the benefits. Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized.